freedom. I want freedom.
So now I'm going to pass across to yet another player who's played with Laurel, and I think was a member of your Freetown group, and that's Mr. Drew Stansall. So, Drew, let's hand over and let's have some reminiscences.
Well, like you guys, we all knew Laurel's music and we all loved his music. And the time I got to play with Laurel was just very lucky for me. First thing, he was from Leicester, and I was playing in a band called the Splitters with Steve Cracknell, as you mentioned before, the trumpet player. And Laurel had just started playing, I believe, with Freetown, who Steve's band, who didn't have a brass section. So Laurel somehow knew Steve, and Steve said to me, "Do you want to go and play with Laurel? We can have a little audition." And I was like, "Wow, yeah, of course I do." So I turned up at this place in Leicester, a little studio, and Laurel turned up with just a ghetto blaster, and basically just pressed play. Didn't even say what the songs were or nothing like that, and just said, just join in. So luckily I managed to do that. I just managed to join in on the tunes, and that was kind of the audition. And Laurel, about 2 weeks later, Laurel said, "Right, we've got a tour." And at the time, I was really only playing saxophone for about 3 years, because I used to play guitar before that. And I remember the first gig we did, it was at the Borderline in London. And before that, I'd only played in, pubs and rubbish kind of venues where the sound system was terrible, no monitors and stuff like that. But that night, got there, lovely venue, great monitors. I could hear myself. I was playing and I was thinking, wow, this is amazing. And I did the gig, and I always remember going to the dressing room afterwards, and I just saw Laurel's big smile, big grin on his face, and he looked for me and he went, "Drew," he said, "Drew, you were great tonight. You played great tonight," he says. And I went, oh, thank you. And he went, "And I thought you was crap." And I said, "Oh." And he said, "No, not crap." He says, "Semi-crap." He says, "But tonight you took solos and you played really great." And I was like, oh. So I was kind of in from then. And then we went on and played, in venues all over Europe, Germany. I remember especially Holland, places like that. And Laurel was, such a great character. He was, although he was 40 years older than me, you could talk to Laurel like he was the same age as you, like a friend. You could talk, you could talk about all kinds of things that like mates talked about, and he could relate to you just as you would do with your best mate that you've known, all your life. And that's the kind of person he was. And again, I think, as Stan says, I think for me, if it wasn't for Laurel, who took that chance on me and gave me that first stage, I would never have done all the things that I did, after that, playing with Prince Buster, and then playing with the Reform Specials. That would never have happened if it wasn't for Laurel. And also because of Club Ska, I ended up being in the house band and Club Ska, which then Mark brought all the Jamaicans over, and I ended up playing with Elton Ellis and Rico and stuff like that. So it was a fantastic learning curve, and the way to play Jamaican music, I learned a lot from that. It's so laid back, and so anything can happen. It wasn't like you rehearsed a tune 20 times so it stayed the same. Anything could happen on that tune. It was just feel vibes, and it was just great. It was great to be there. It was great to be there at that time. And the time I was there was from around 98, 99 up until Laurel died. I played on his last show with him. So beautiful times. And again, like I say, if it wasn't for Laurel, I would not have had the career that I've had. I can honestly say that.
Oh, free.